I'd like to know why Andrew Colvett deleted his entire Instagram account. No, because something is off here, and I'm not going to pretend it's not. Last night, I tagged Andrew Colvett in the comments of one of my videos, literally just tagging him in this comment saying he should sit down with Candace Owens and have a chat. Nothing dramatic, right? And around 5 o'clock this morning, I woke up and had a notification that Andrew Colvett had responded to my comment telling me to private message him. But when I clicked it, it was gone, like wiped, deleted. The comment was gone, the page was gone, like I had hallucinated the whole thing. So I go digging and tell me why the account I had just tagged hours earlier was completely deleted. As in, Instagram said that the page does not exist.
Andrew Colvett just got absolutely roasted in his own Instagram comments, and honestly, he brought it on himself. He had the nerve to try building his influencer career by piggybacking off his late friend's platform. The audacity is unreal. So why did Andrew even bring his account back? Here's the thing, after Charlie passed, Colvett wiped his Instagram clean. A lot of people forgot about that, but the timeline is worth paying attention to again. A quick refresher, that girl's mum's TikTok broke down the whole situation, and it's wild. Andrew's Instagram disappeared sometime between December 11th and 13th. Not just that, the Charlie Kirk show videos got scrubbed too. And Erika herself deleted around 126 posts on Instagram back in June 2025, before Charlie's passing.
But wait, because it gets even weirder. There's suddenly a brand new Andrew Colvett account. Brand new. One post, one follower, joined November 2025. Nothing else on it, no comments, no history, no trace of anything that existed yesterday. So let's lay out our timeline. Sometime between 10 p.m. to maybe even 1 a.m., I commented and tagged Andrew Colvett. He replies to me sometime between 1 a.m. and
Could that have been preparation, knowing a certain role was coming and some posts either revealed too much or made her look bad? That's speculation, not accusation. Just worth noting. When Andrew got called out online about deleting his account, he responded with pure sarcasm because that's where all the deep, dark secrets were hidden. People were not amused. The comments hit different. One person wrote, "You and your team have been caught in dozens of lies, some of which are incredibly substantial to the investigation of your CEO. How do you have the audacity to make a joke like this? Game is over for TPUSA." Another went in hard. "Unreal, the level of audacity you have, like you're untouchable. You will be exposed for the lying grifters you all are at TPUSA. He asked for a Doge audit because of your treachery. You people are sick and deserve prison." And then there was this gem. "He's arrogant because he's confident that Erika will handle things with Candace today. I'm all for Candace, but I believe they're going to pay her off." People genuinely believed a payoff was coming, that Candace would go quiet and Andrew's crew could just move on. But here's where the timeline gets interesting.
5 a.m. and then his entire page disappears immediately after. A brand new, scrubbed clean page magically appears, and I'm just supposed to believe that that's normal. No. Sorry, I'm not buying it. And to add to the weirdness, Candace has confirmed that there is a hit out on her, bought and paid for by the Macrons. So, Andrew Colvett, is this the threat that you were telling her about? And if so, why didn't you elaborate? People don't delete their whole identity online at 5 in the morning by accident. Not right after responding to a comment about a phone call connected to an assassination of their boss. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just saying the timing is very convenient and very suspicious. You don't wipe your whole footprint unless you don't want people seeing something. So stay tuned, because now I'm really paying attention.
Andrew's account vanished right around the same time Candace first mentioned Fort Huachuca. Candace published that episode on December 9th. By December 11th, Andrew's Instagram was gone. And Tyler Boyer? He went private on his Instagram around the same time, documented thanks to a tweet from Ally Files, "Attention, deleted accounts and going private." Was this a PR move, or did someone actually get caught slipping? After that, Tyler Boyer and Erika picture started making rounds. Accounts started dropping like flies. Tyler went private, Colvett deleted his Instagram, and people were scrambling to figure out what triggered it. Looking back, the Fort Huachuca mention seems to be the spark. Candace brings it up for the first time on December 9th. By December 11th, accounts are either deleted or locked down. Then on December 12th, Erika Kirk requests an in-person meeting with Candace. Coincidence? Sure, if you believe in those. And Erika didn't show up empty-handed. She brought Brian Harple's alibi along, supposedly proving he wasn't at Fort Huachuca on December 8th or 9th. Except that alibi proved absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, Andrew tried to play it cool by calling Fort Huachuca some fort in Tucson on a podcast, casually downplaying any connection. But here's what made that look suspicious. Andrew allegedly has not one, but two brothers deeply tied to that base.
We decided over the weekend we were going to troll the trolls. There's this video that has become a source of controversy.
Not even controversy, just obsession from bizarre people.
Yeah, just absurd. I don't even talk about it because I think the whole thing is so lame. And
One brother, Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Colvett, commands a battalion that does annual training there. The other, Robert Colvett, is a business manager for Netcom, the US. Army's Global Communications and Cyber Intelligence Command, headquartered right at Fort Huachuca. So what exactly was on that deleted account? Fast forward, Andrew decides the best move is to rebrand as an influencer. And his strategy? Use his late friend Charlie's following to build his own platform. He dropped a reel tagging Charlie, doing reaction-style content like it's a throwback era. Not just on Instagram either. Zach Costello called it out on June 5th. Andrew Colvett is now using the Charlie Kirk platform to leverage his own YouTube channel. They have started collaborating videos from his channel on Charlie Kirk. Do you think this is the right thing to do? The comments made it very clear nobody was here for it. The backlash was so bad he had to delete Charlie's tag entirely. Let's get into what people actually said.
Right, a new scoop from Christopher Rufo at City Journal says that California politicians are pressuring California utility providers, it would be like power, water, gas.
Do you have a video of Charlie telling you to use his social media if he dies too? And honestly, that comment said everything. The section hit kept coming. Someone else dropped. I never thought I'd unfollow Charlie, but here we are. Another one. It's giving low-life vibes using your friends' social media profiles to boost engagement. And then there's this one. Tell us who unalived Charlie in the next video. Please. Like he's taking requests now. Someone even said, change the page's name to Weekend at Bernie's. Dark? Yes. But also, people aren't wrong about what's happening here. A platform built around someone who is no longer here, being used like nothing changed. Like everything is perfectly normal. And remember when Erika said they wouldn't be cringe about using Charlie's accounts? Well, great success, Erika. Great success. This whole thing screams that Erika had to have signed off on it. Andrew almost certainly had that conversation. Hey, I'll drop some reaction content, tag Charlie, grow both platforms, keep the mission alive. That's the pitch. And Erika was the one who made the call to keep those accounts running in the first place, so this didn't happen without her blessing. And that's the part that makes it even worse. They asked her what to do. Nobody on that team moves without Erika's approval.
But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird.
Cringy.
We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off.
This wasn't some rogue decision Andrew made on his own at 2 a.m. while scrolling through his camera roll. This was a coordinated move, a calculated step. And somebody at the top said yes. Think about what that actually means for a second. Andrew doesn't just wake up one morning, dust off his deleted Instagram, and decide to start posting reaction videos tagged with a deceased person's account without checking in first. That's not how these tightly run political media operations work. Everything is brand management. Everything is intentional. So when Andrew showed up in Charlie's mentions doing influencer-style content, that decision had already been approved, reviewed, and greenlit. And the only person with that kind of authority over Charlie's digital legacy? Erika. Now, here's where it gets truly bizarre. Erika Kirk made a point publicly of saying they would not be cringe about how they handled Charlie's social media accounts after his passing. She addressed it. She made a statement. She wanted people to know that the accounts would be managed with care and dignity. And then this happens. Reaction videos. Engagement farming. A collab setup that essentially uses a grieving audience as a stepping stone for someone else's career launch. If that's not the definition of cringe, what is? And the audience noticed immediately. These weren't just random negative comments from strangers on the internet. These were people who actually followed Charlie. People who were there for his content, his mission, his voice. They showed up to a page they loved and found someone else trying to cash in on it. The betrayal in those comments wasn't just anger, it was personal. I never thought I'd unfollow Charlie, but here we are. That line hits different when you realize these are loyal followers who stuck around through everything, only to feel exploited by the very people who claim to be honoring his memory. And the Weekend at Bernie's comment, as dark as it is, captures exactly what people were seeing. A platform being animated and operated as if the person behind it never left. Posts going up, tags flying, engagement rolling in. All while the actual person those followers came for is gone. It's uncomfortable. It's strange. And instead of sitting with that discomfort and making a different choice, the decision was made to keep pushing content anyway. Let's also not forget the broader context here, because this influencer pivot didn't happen in a vacuum. This is the same Andrew Colvert who deleted his Instagram between December 11th and 13th, right around the time Fort Huachuca started becoming a topic of serious conversation. The same Andrew who responded to questions about that deletion with a sarcastic joke about deep, dark secrets. The same Andrew who casually called Fort Huachuca some fort in Tucson, while allegedly having not one, but two brothers with significant ties to that exact base. Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Colvert running battalion training there. Robert Colvert managing operations for NETCOM, the US. Army's Global Communications and Cyber Intelligence Command headquartered right on that base. So, what changed between December and now? Why is Andrew suddenly comfortable enough to step back into the spotlight? What shifted that made him think the timing was right to launch a public-facing influencer brand? Because the energy in December was very much lay low and stay quiet, and now it's reaction videos and Instagram reels and YouTube collabs. That's not a subtle shift, that's a full 180. One possible read on this is confidence. When people feel like the heat has died down, when the comments slow, when the investigations lose momentum in public conversation, that's when moves get made. That's when accounts get revived. That's when content strategies get rolled out. It's almost like a signal, a way of saying we're still here, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to act like everything is completely normal. And maybe that's exactly the point. Because here's the thing about using Charlie's platform to grow Andrew's own following, it's not just tasteless, it's strategic. Charlie Kirk had a massive, loyal, highly engaged audience. That audience didn't disappear after his passing. If anything, some of those followers became even more emotionally invested. They stayed connected to the account as a way of staying connected to him. And tapping into that emotional loyalty to funnel people toward a new creator, that's a growth hack. A cold, calculated growth hack dressed up as content. Zach Costello flagged it on June 5th, and he wasn't wrong to. The YouTube angle made it even more obvious what was happening. This wasn't just one reel, this was a cross-platform strategy. Instagram, YouTube, tagged collabs, the whole setup. And Andrew's content style, doing reaction videos in a format that was already feeling dated, made it even clearer that this wasn't about quality or mission. This was about numbers, followers, reach, monetization, using a dead man's audience to build a living man's brand. The comments destroyed him, and rightfully so. Not because people don't want to see Andrew succeed somewhere down the line, but because of how this was done and on whose back it was built. There's a way to honor someone's legacy and continue their work, and there's a way to exploit it. The audience knew exactly which one they were looking at, and they said so loudly and clearly in every single comment section, until Andrew had no choice but to delete Charlie's tag entirely. But even that response is telling. He didn't post an apology. He didn't acknowledge the criticism directly. He didn't come out and say, "You're right, this wasn't appropriate, we're rethinking our approach." He just quietly removed the tag and kept moving. No accountability. No reflection. Just damage control and silence, which, if you've been following this story from the beginning, feels very on brand. And Erika's silence on all of this is equally loud. She made the call to keep the accounts running. She set the tone for how Charlie's digital presence would be managed. And when Andrew's rollout blew up spectacularly in his face, she said nothing publicly. No statement, no clarification. No, this isn't what we had in mind. Just nothing. Which either means she's distancing herself from a bad decision, or she genuinely doesn't see the problem with what happened. Either way, not a great look. What makes this whole situation so layered is that it keeps connecting back to the same pattern. Deletions followed by revivals. Silence followed by carefully timed activity. Alibis that prove nothing. Downplayed connections that turn out to be significant. And every time someone points at the pattern, the response is either sarcasm, deflection, or complete radio silence. At some point, the pattern becomes the story. So why the sudden revival of Andrew Colvert's account? And why in this particular way piggybacking on Charlie's platform instead of starting fresh on his own? That's the question that keeps sitting unanswered. If Andrew genuinely wanted to build something new, he had every opportunity to do it independently. Start from zero. Build an audience based on his own content and his own voice. The fact that the choice was made to launch through Charlie's existing platform says something. It says the independent audience isn't there yet. It says the name alone isn't enough to pull numbers. And it says that whoever approved this strategy valued growth over optics, even knowing full well how it would look to the people watching. And people are still watching. Closer than ever, actually. Because every move gets documented now. Every deleted post gets screenshotted. Every private account gets noted with a timestamp. Every sarcastic comment gets saved and shared. The audience that formed around this story isn't going anywhere, and they are not forgetting the details, even the ones that seem small in the moment. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. Why do you think Andrew revived his account now, and in this specific way? Do you think Erika fully approved this strategy? And what do you think the next move looks like? Because with this crew, there is always a next move. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button and share it. The more eyes on this, the better. If you're not subscribed yet, now is the time. Tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode. See you in the next one.